Michael Kramer, one stock you like over at Mott Capital is Acadia Pharmaceuticals. Stock's up double digits this year, but they have no revenue. It's a biotech company. They got an Alzheimer's and a Parkinson's drug in the pipeline. So can you tell me why you like it? It's been awfully volatile this year.
Sure. So Acadia, what the interesting story about Acadia is they just submitted their NDA back in September for their Parkinson's disease psychosis drug for Nuplazid. They did just receive priority review, so the drug, they'll have a PDUFA date sometime around May 1st. It's a Parkinson's disease psychosis affects about 150,000 people here in the U.S. So, if you look at it and think about it in terms of pricing, it could be potentially, a $1 to $2 billion a year drug. And also, which is really interesting, which I don't think the market really caught on to after this last quarterly report, was that they announced they're going to also go into Alzheimer's agitation studies, possibly by the end of the first half. And I think what was really interesting was that Acadia Pharmaceuticals back last September had a very similar type of trial, different type of drug, but similar trial that was very successful. That company later got bought by Osaka in Japan for $3.5 billion. So there was a really big, and Acadia currently trades with a $3.5 billion market cap. So I thought it was really interesting that this is a drug that has a lot of potential and also has the potential for this Alzheimer's disease agitation, which has already been proven, can fetch a higher market cap as well.
All right, you're also bullish on Unilever.
Right.
This is an entirely different type of company.
Sure.
Consumer goods, it's up around 6% so far this year, pays a nice dividend. I think it's over 3%. Why do you like this one?
So Unilever is a really unique way to play the emerging market space. If you think about it, Unilever makes pretty boring products like soap and shampoos and things of that nature. And the way we think about Unilever as a great way to get growth in the emerging markets. So about 57 to 60% of Unilever's revenue actually come from the emerging markets. And we take for granted, going to the store and picking up these simple items like soap and whatnot. And a lot of the world, if you think about the 7 or 8 billion people in the world, we make up a very, very small percentage. So think about the growth opportunity and revenues that Unilever can capture, and think about that growth, that number from 60% potentially growing over the next few years.
All right, you're also a fan of NXP Semiconductors. After their third quarter earnings report, they really spooked the market with their fourth quarter guidance. Doesn't seem like you're spooked. Why do you like it?
So NXP is a really interesting story. After reviewing their transcript and going through everything, what was really interesting is that I believe they're really trying to clear out their inventory channels so that they can set up for the merger with Freescale, so that when they start in the first quarter, they'll kind of be starting with almost like a clean slate. So I really think they were trying to reduce all of this and try to get out ahead of it so that when the merger was complete, you can really begin to see the synergies of the company. The combined company.
All right, and then finally, you like Visa. That stock's having a great year. It's up about 20%. Recently, they said they're buying Visa Europe. So what does that do for them?
So we really like Visa for a lot of reasons. One reason is it's interesting. I was recently doing some research. Only 1/3 of consumers actually purchase 50% of their items on credit. So we think there's really large growth as we move away from a cashless society. Let's face it, millennials carry less and less cash today. More transactions are done through things like the phone or your credit card, and I think that trend's going to continue to grow over the next, coming years. And I think the Visa Europe, is a nice addition to them as well.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Michael.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching The Street.